For those of you waking up on the West Coast, it feels like the Jared Goff era is effectively over in LA. If you didn't hear GM Les Snead, for those of you waking up on the West Coast, he was asked, do we need to play all the lead up to that answer? I feel like the only thing that really matters here, Danny G, is the end, where he's asked about the future of Jared Goff.
Yeah, I could start with the question for him.
Yeah, here's the question. Here's basically the takeaway here. All you need to know about the future of Jared Goff is this.
Okay, and finally, I'm sorry. So you can't say at this moment that Jared Goff will be on the team in 2021.
What I can say is Jared Goff's a Ram in this moment. And I said it's way too early to speculate the future. That's a beautiful mystery.
All right. I love this. We're coming up on Valentine's soon. Can you keep that audio handy? Just the answer, not the question. Can you imagine if, as a married man, somebody said, hey, are you and your wife good to go for next year's Valentine's as well? I know you're probably going to make it to this year's Valentine's Day. Congratulations. Let's just play that question and that audio again and pretend that the question is being asked about whether or not you and your wife are still going to be together in the foreseeable future. Listen.
Okay, and finally, I'm sorry. So you can't say at this moment that Jared Goff will be on the team in 2021.
What I can say is Jared Goff's a Ram in this moment. And I said it's way too early to speculate the future. That's a beautiful mystery.
All right, imagine that you're talking with your wife and she's like, where do you see this relationship going? And you said, what I can tell you right now is that we're married. But as for the future, it's a beautiful mystery. You're probably going to get divorced. If you are in a relationship, ladies, and you ask your man, hey, where do you see this going? And you're like, as of right now, we're in a relationship. But as to where the future may go, it's a beautiful mystery. I don't think that means that you're going to be getting a ring anytime soon. So this to me, and again, that's Rams GM Les Snead. This to me is as clear of an indication as could possibly exist that the Rams are going to be on the quarterback market as well. We know the Colts are. The Texans maybe. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Deshaun Watson. Those are three NFL stories that don't have anything to do with what we'll be talking about, I'm sure, even more than we already have. Patrick Mahomes going up against Tom Brady as we get ready for the Super Bowl next week. So that is where we are right now in terms of NFL offseason storylines. There are going to be a ton of them associated with the quarterback position because, as I've been telling you, the NFL is a copycat league, and Tom Brady joining the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and taking what was a 7-9 football team that hadn't been in the playoffs 12 years to the Super Bowl has a lot of different owners and a lot of different GMs and a lot of different team executives looking around and saying, we can be next year's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We are the right quarterback away from a Super Bowl run. Now, the fallacy here, logically, is that there aren't a lot of Tom Bradys. So it's not as if there are likely to be a ton of guys available who could get you to the Super Bowl. But if you are the Houston Texans, you think that Deshaun Watson is your Super Bowl quarterback of the future, and if he's not your guy, there are a lot of teams out there that might well think Miami Dolphins, Indianapolis Colts, Chicago Bears, Rams, there are a lot of teams out there, the 49ers. There are a ton of teams, the Colts for sure, that believe they are just a quarterback away from being able to contend for the Super Bowl or being there like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were able to do. They switch out Jameis Winston for Tom Brady. Boom. They got jet fuel, and they are able to advance all the way to the Super Bowl in their home market. All right, so those are stories that are worth following as we are starting off your morning. I appreciate all of you hanging out with us. Now, I want to kind of give you an instructional guide here. All right? I am going to make the world make sense for you in this next segment as it pertains to hiring a football coach. Okay? I'm going to walk you through what the University of Tennessee just did and all of the mistakes that they made. And I'm going to give you should get graduate school credit for this. One of the things that I like to do on this show is tell you the best way to prepare for one day being the guy or the girl who has to make decisions at your job, being the boss, being a leader who is having success no matter what you do for a living. Almost everything when it comes to success comes down to judgment. To what extent can you analyze competing facts? To what extent can you make sense of them? And to what extent can you make the right decision, which allows you to further your career, grow your business, continue to advance in the world at large? Many people out there focus on obstacles. I'm a guy who focuses on process very often. Can you get to the right result? If you, as an individual, make enough good decisions, you're going to be successful in your life, no matter what the external climate is, no matter what else is going on. In other words, don't make excuses. Make good decisions that you control. You can't control what other people do. You can analyze the larger picture, and you can make the right choice that leads to you being more successful. I'm a big believer, ultimately, that the only hand that you can rely on is the one at the end of your sleeve. Nobody else is going to lead you to success. You have to do it yourself. How do you do it? One way, I believe 100% with certainty, that helps is putting yourself into a decision maker's shoes and reaching the right result. I'm going to use the Tennessee coaching search as an example of how you fail even when there is an opportunity for success.